Happy Friday. I'm going to be painting just some loose orange blooms. Let's see how this goes. Hi, nature hippie. I'll try and loosen a little of that up here. That first bloom is looking a little rigid. That's it with that brush. I'll switch to my petals brush. Yes, Jessie, my dog is wandering around the kitchen. She has food and water. I think she's settled down now. I think I might have some time to sneak in some gold or some type of shimmer. I still have my August palette from KMS. Jenna, watercolor is addictively fun, I'd say. Either Triton or Leo, I think would look really good in there. So I'm going to go for Leo. Giving it a little water and spin. Sneaky gold. Yeah, just a couple little dabs and dots. Let's see if I can spot any wet areas. So these two are still wet. I see some shine on the paper. So that means I should get some nice bleeds in there. It's a sort of pink gold. It's really pretty. Looks a bit more peachy on the palette. Let's get some in there. It's already dried up here, so I might soften that up, add some water. I've seen a few artists using eyeshadow recently. That's interesting. I have plenty that I don't use anymore. I'm using this metallic in two ways. I do want some crisp edges in some of the florals, and then that diffused glow in some other ones. I haven't decided if I'll do a different gold for the inside or the same gold for a few details in there. Definitely choose to loosen this one up. Yeah, this is a really pretty color. It is a beautiful addition to any painting, I think. Thanks, Jessie. I do have a certain style. It's taken me a while to find it, but I think it's starting to come through. Okay, I think this one might need some leaves, a few leaves in some places. I used my petals brush for that, and the same green mixture from my Bolder Color palette here, Ultimate Vampire Protection palette. Darken up a little bit of that stem. Let's blend that in a bit. You don't have too many places to put them. really like how that green fades out. Okay. Decision time here. Thinking about what I want to add to the centers. I have this old piece with some ink that really transforms those very loose florals. So this could become something very different when it's lined with ink. So that's a choice. I have a few that I do with ink, really make them pop like that. Let's see what else. Looking through my old paintings as some options here. You could do like a dark brownish, bluish brown center. That would really pop as well. Virginia, very interested in the ink option there. Let's see what else I've got. I did these with a metallic, but these are much lighter colors, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. It's another brown and gold option. So a little bit of brown in the center, and then brown and gold line details. This is a contender too, I think. I didn't even notice this. This looks very similar in that setup right there. So that's an option, adding ink. Just really soft center, different watercolor. So many options, right? Melody, yes, I do. This is sort of my style, loose watercolor florals. Thanks, Frankie. So if you like my style, you want a certain flower painted, certain colors, you can ask me. If you want something that I've already painted, it's going to be $20, including shipping. Commission, depending on size, can go for, if it's the same size, $25 or more. I have some different size paper if it's a certain size that you're looking for that's larger. So the first thing to do would be make sure my style is the style you're looking for. And then if it is, you could DM me. We can talk about what you're looking for. But I'm very happy to take on commissions. Okay. As for this piece, to finish it off, I'm still between adding ink and adding maybe a dark brown or a brownish red watercolor. Oh, the cover of your book. Definitely let me know what it's about. The purple ink one, sure. If we're going to go the ink route, I typically do it after it's for sure dry. So I tend to leave my art on my paper and kind of walk away. And then a half an hour later, I'll add some ink. I think this one was either 0.005 or 0.01 for my micron pen. Thank you. Really do like how this one turned out with ink. And then this one, very loose. Yeah, I think it is too. 0.01 is my go-to, and I think that was a little bit thinner, or 0.1. Yes, so this one, I think that was actually avocado and brown. Yeah, I just don't know what to choose. As for the lines, well, it's me just lightening the pressure, right, and kind of flicking it. So the boldish lines on the outside are what it is, and then it's me barely making any pressure marks on it. So I don't know. petal brush says 3/4 inch. So I don't know if my hand there for scale is helping to compare. I think yours is, what, you have like a number 8? Is that what you said, petals brush? Oh, petals. Oh, yeah, you're right. 2 days of teaching. This is an 8 petals brush. I actually, yes, I was thinking what I used to make my petals. Frankie, 2 days with students and my brain is fried. It's the petals 8. I don't have a petals brush in a different size, but I love this one. This is perfect for my leaves. Yours is a 6. It's probably very, very similar then. I don't think it would be that much smaller. I think you need the cat's tongue oval. Always another brush on the horizon, right? So I am for sure letting this dry enough. I like that subtle golden color in there. Oh, your daggers. Yes, I don't have a dagger brush. I've thought about it, but I don't know. Maybe that's my next buy whenever I need a new brush. So what I might do is I might add a little bit of that reddish brown, dabble it in the centers of these, let that dry, take a look at that, and then I could go back and add some ink if I feel like it needs something extra. So I think that's going to be what I do right now. A little brownish red. Because I want to show you the process too. I don't tend to do that with ink. Do you actually like to watch me ink a petal? Is that something you'd like to see? Or is it just the painting that you like? Virginia, you wouldn't mind watching? Okay, then before I do too much here. Frankie, you're working with daffodils and grape hyacinths. Sounds beautiful. Okay, so I think this is my 01. You like watching everything I do. Okay, I don't think that you've seen me do the inking. I'm also gonna, I don't know, maybe we'll try this. Get me a little closer. It's probably very loud, but maybe we'll do this. Let me start with this guy off to the side. Found my first petal. That's my next petal. I'm definitely no expert at inking florals. This is just what I do. Kind of go in for the big creases first, wherever I want them to go. Pull down to the center. Alright, that's how I'd make something like this. Trying to decide which one I want next. Maybe this one. begin finding my first petal. This one looks like it goes like this. And then we've got this petal that's coming out towards us because it's on an angle. So since I'm on this petal, make a few marks as it crawls up towards us. And then a few coming from the bottom. Definitely takes a lot longer to ink a flower than to paint a flower, for me at least. So for something like this, I do the outer edges and then I will do some from the very inside of the flower out so they don't all connect all the way. Don't do that all in one go. In this case, I'll kind of add my dots around and then connect them to the center. So I can do that. This kind of is a long process for me, and that's why I don't normally show it on lives. It's a lot of quiet time as I'm thinking, or not thinking. It is kind of zen, yes. I don't know about for you, though. For me, it is. Thank you, I ate your bacon. And then from the bottom up, I am. And so one flower is inked. Thanks, Brett. So, like in this example, I don't tend to ink every single flower that I paint. The ones that I love the looseness for, I don't want to go over and ink. It's only the ones that don't look enough like a flower or they don't have enough structure for me to really love it. That's when I start adding my ink to it. So this one I inked. This one I'm probably going to leave alone. This one I'll ink, and then probably one of these. So I'll do this one, and then I might end the live after that one. So for this one, again, I'm going to find my first petal that I want to ink. It's going to be this one. Very lightly outlining what I see. Thank you. And then this one, for some reason, to my eyes, looks like it's behind these two. It looks like it's behind them. So I'm going to ink this one next. So those are my main petals. Then I'm going to pick one and make my larger sort of crease marks there. Give it some flow. A few smaller ones. Thank you, Frankie. And then that's good enough for right now. I am pretty rough with these pens, and I tend to go through them pretty quickly when I do ink. It's pretty rough paper, and then I have watercolor there as well, so it's not plain paper. An hour staring at brushes. That's a good hour spent. Did you look at any watercolor tubes or anything like that? All right, so next I'm going to do the little dots. Just going in a circle here, not a perfect circle, just meandering around. Want it to be balanced, but not perfectly symmetrical. You plan on getting some from KMFs? Do you have your eyes on specific brands of paper? All right, next a few lines out from the middle. That's another one with ink. I think I'm okay right now because I kind of want this one inked now that I'm looking at it. I kind of want them all inked. But I do like this one alone. And just because I have two that are next to each other, these are all really close. I think I'm just going to leave that for right now. It's going to be my stopping point and thinking point. Saunders. I've heard a lot of reviews about Saunders. Really good things. I have not painted with it myself. I do like my bao hung paper. That's what this one is. And then this one is bigger than, is it bigger than the 5x7? What is this? This is a bigger one. It's not as textured. This is just what I bought with the last 5x7 that I got. It's a nice size, I will say. Get that back up here so you can kind of see what it looks like with a bit of ink. All right. I think that might be it for today. I have some lesson plans for next week that I want to dust off, get ready. A few things I have to move around that I want to change from last year. Thank you, Frankie. Because I definitely don't want to do that tomorrow. I want to have it Saturday. And then Sunday I try just to do painting and fun things. Thanks, Virginia. And thank you for encouraging me to choose ink. That was really nice. I should do it more often live, but don't really have the time. Thank you. I ate your bacon. appreciate that. The brush information, Sure Heather. So there were 2 brushes that made this. The big loose florals were from the Silver Crystal. It's a pointed oval. This is linked in my Amazon favorites. Very fun brush. And then the stems and leaves were from the Princeton Petals brush, size 8. My go-to for painting quick, loose leaves. The colors were from Bolter Colors. These colors are from the Ultimate Vampire Protection Kit. And the shimmer that you might be able to see right in there is from KMS. It's called Leo. Thank you for stopping by today. This was a really nice live. Lots of people to chat with, which I love, and lots of old friends here. Tomorrow I should be able to paint around 4 again. I think this weekend is still good. And then next week is the first full week, so I should be able to continue painting. I shouldn't have any after hours things to make up. Last time you tried that paper was soaking wet. Did you start wet on wet? Is that what you wanted to do for that one? And thanks, Frankie. Have a great afternoon. Hope to see you soon. The 140-300 cotton paper, yes. 300 GSM is very special. This one I did try wet and wet yesterday. I started the paper off with a bit of splatter. Oh, put that in your home. Well, if you're serious about it, I have my Etsy account. You can just DM me and I can list it for you, $20, including shipping. Right, this rose, I had a request to paint a yellow rose, and this is what I did yesterday. It was a fun one. I think it was only 20 minutes for the whole thing yesterday. That's in my YouTube replay channel. You can catch every one of these TikTok lives that you've missed. From the whole summer, they're up there now. I've caught up. Frankie, it takes a lot of practice. Eventually you'll get it and not even be thinking about it. I think that's all I've got for you today. There are 2 people I think that we're interested in some paintings, so let me know in the DMs. I can chat with you about that. Otherwise, I'll see everyone soon. Bye.